So I found some tweets, one with over 2,100 likes, that I thought were actually pretty dang funny. So let's go over this stuff. Hope you get a laugh. Starts here, and we'll take a look at the response. This one reads, "On a serious note, I love when media that once had mostly a male audience starts getting traction from a female audience, and the discourse around the media immediately starts getting more nuanced and critically thought, i.e. Chainsaw Man, Fight Club, American Psycho, Breaking Bad, and etc." And here's the response. Reads, "Every gamer cis man I've met only cares about combat and mechanics, which is fine in itself. But when the topic turns to RPGs and other story/character-driven games, I am fully convinced they skip through all the dialogue, cause none of them ever have anything insightful to add." I like how this is supposed to be some own against men, but it just makes the men sound analytical. Like, oh no, the men are number crunching to improve their character. Wow. So awful. Info dumping to IRL about Asterian's characterization and how his spawn ending is so important to me. And he's just like, yeah, but if you ascend him, he gets some combat buffs. Sir. It's kind of endearing, actually. I wish my brain was that chill. I remember all the times in Overwatch groups I had to explain basic lore facts to men who have logged on for 5 consecutive years just to stay in the same competitive rank. It's hilarious how this person tries to demean men for number crunching and trying to improve their characters. Yet apparently all they do is obsess over lore. Which, hey, that's cool if that's your thing. This person is acting like they're superior to others because of that though, which is just comedic. I can have a little misandry as a treat. Few things are less agonizing than being very involved in Overwatch plus other online games and having to defend not only myself, but other LGBT plus people and or women from bigoted weirdos. They suddenly bring up bigotry when this entire conversation had nothing to do with bigotry until they self-proclaimed their own misandry. Zero self-awareness. The OP then said, "Serious question, can any of you frickin' read?" And circling the initial tweet, the first one where they said, "I've met." And then they added this final tweet that says, 200 plus replies. Impressive. I'm not going to respond to any of them. Keep talking to yourselves until your mommy calls you downstairs for dinner because you're all insufferable man-children. They got a response with over 800 likes that reads, quote, "Every gamer cis man." Groan. When the tweet already starts with tired cliche prejudices like that, why should I take the rest of your text seriously? Funny, my husband, engineer, loves rom-coms, while I, biologist, love monster movies, and we're both TTRPG gamers. Sorry. With the OP responding, "Actually, the quote was every gamer cis man I've met. But I don't plan on arguing with someone on Twitter who's nearly as old as my parents." The conversation continues with more and more people disagreeing with the OP, including LGBT people who point out that the OP is being bigoted. I'm just going to kind of skip through this part of the conversation because, as you can see, the OP's just suffering from internet brain rot here. It's some sad stuff to see. And they're getting like 10 likes on their tweets while the other people refuting them are getting like hundreds of likes. In this case that's coming up in a minute, the OP literally got 0 likes on their tweet. And the other person gets 422. And hey, we've also got this tweet with over 700 likes responding and memeing on the OP. From Christina Tasty. She says, "Me writing cis man when I make my bad takes so that none of my large friend groups desire to push me off a cliff. You could have maximized your output if you put white or even a Christian at a push." And so, as so many people disagree with the OP, including tons of women and other LGBT people, the OP tries to make it look like the only people disagreeing with them are alt-right incels. So that was all really funny. Hope you enjoyed this one. Just a good segment for a laugh, nothing too serious here. I kind of feel bad for the OP though, and people like that who get all crazy. Like, what if this person just stuck with being like, hey, I like Overwatch lore. You want to talk about lore? That would be totally fine, right? But then they have this whole crazy side, man. Anything for a shred of clout. I don't know. What's it all about? Let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, I hope you enjoyed this segment, and if you did, consider liking and or subscribing for more segments like this every day. And once again, I'll see you in the comments, and of course, in the next segment.